I would define Charlotte's Web as...
It is a legacy of Charlotte, and it's there first to serve people that can benefit from that product.
Human balance and health has always been the main focus of Charlotte's Web.
The real impetus behind what Charlotte's Web is the heart.
And it's all of those combined into this extreme force of progression and onward motion.
You just can't mess it up when you've really seen how divine the story was.
We started as providing this for people like Charlotte.
The most amazing part of our journey came about 4 years into when we started in cannabis, when we met Charlotte.
Joel got a call from Figi and said, we're out of options. We've done everything we can do.
Until Figi came to us, we didn't know what CBD really was good for.
Watching her success, it changed everything.
One child gets out of a wheelchair and stops seizing. And it takes that for the world to take notice.
And then it was gasoline on a fire from there.
It was almost like if somebody had given you the keys, to save many people's lives. That's what it felt like.
Once news was out about what was happening with Charlotte and what this oil was doing for her, then people started flooding to Colorado.
And many of these families had moved. They had uprooted their entire life. They were from Georgia, they were from Maine, they were from Oregon, to get on a waiting list for product.
People started flooding. They were begging for the oil, and we couldn't produce enough.
So Charlotte's Web began, before it was a company, out of that mission. And the mission was to end a waiting list.
There was a lot of pressure. There was a lot at stake. We had around 15,000 people on the wait list for Charlotte's Web.
Going from, Florissant, Colorado to Ray, Colorado to grow in the open air, growing on acreage, because we had to expand. It was a big change. We kind of took our mentality of greenhouse growers out there, and we got our butts handed to us.
We didn't know what we were doing. We went from greenhouse to outdoor scale to end it into this waiting list, and we didn't know what a tractor was. I'd never ridden in a 3/4 ton truck.
It's like having a rocket ship to the moon, and you're building the rocket ship while you're flying.
We were out there on our hands and knees, digging holes, planting each plant, actually even putting a nice mixture into the soil and putting the plant in there and covering them up one at a time.
We had right around 35,000 plants. I physically ruined myself for that crop, yeah. And that was a crop that it couldn't fail.
This is a demand for people who wanted an option or potential to change their family's life.
We were hoping to take some people off the wait list, but at the end of that summer, we ended up taking everybody off and still had some left.
We sacrificed a lot for that crop, but it was what put us on the map.
Then the success stories started coming in as fast as the waiting list. It felt like it was incredible. That was part of your payment, your supplemental income to keep you coming back on why we were doing that.
It was obvious to name this product after Charlotte.
Without Charlotte Figi, the world of cannabis wouldn't be where it's at today.
She's a girl that changed the hearts and minds of the world as it pertains to cannabis. The entire CBD industry owes Charlotte and the Figi family a debt of gratitude because they're the reason why we're here.
Charlotte is at the top of being the facilitator that brought this to the world.
She gave so much hope to so many people, and I believe that her life means, focus on the quality of it.
Watching as her story opened people's eyes and changed laws in states that you would have never imagined would have cannabis laws on the books. That wouldn't have happened without her.
It's up to everyone to have the courage to be spokespersons like Charlotte and stand up for what's right.
She had a greater impact at 13 years of age than anyone I can think of. It's been an honor and a privilege to carry her namesake. I'm so thankful for that girl. She was amazing.